Hello everyone. Welcome to this course on JavaScript fundamentals. So I'm thrilled to be your instructor on this coding journey. My name is Victor Ezekiel and I've been passionate about web development and JavaScript. Before we dive into the fascinating world of JavaScript, let me share a bit about my background. I started my coding journey as a curious student, just like many of you. I was drawn to the magic of turning lines of code into interactive web applications and dynamic web pages. Over the years, I've had the privilege of working on various web development projects, from building interactive websites to developing robust web applications. JavaScript has been at the heart of my work, enabling me to create engaging user experience and solve real-world problems. What excites me the most about JavaScript is its versatility. Whether you dream of becoming a front-end developer, crafting beautiful user interface, or a back-end developer handling server-side logic, or a full-stack developer bridging both worlds, JavaScript can empower you to achieve those goals. Throughout this course, my goal is not just to teach you JavaScript, but also to inspire your curiosity and creativity. Coding is not just about writing lines of code. It's about solving problems, thinking critically, and bringing your ideas to life. So get ready to embark on this coding adventure with me. We'll start from the fundamentals and work on our way up to more advanced topics. By the end of this course, you will have the skills and confidence to build your JavaScript projects and turn your ideas into reality. Remember, learning to code is a journey, and we are here to support each other. Feel free to ask questions, share your thoughts, and explore JavaScript's limitless possibilities. Let's make this learning experience engaging, fun, and rewarding. Without further ado, let's jump right into our first lesson and explore the foundational concept of JavaScript. Ready? Let's code. I'm going to explain what JavaScript is. JavaScript is a versatile and widely used programming language that powers much of the interactivity on the web. It's essential for web development and can be used in various environments beyond the web, such as server-side scripting, that you can use Node.js, that is Node.js, and mobile app development, that is React Native. Here are some fundamental concepts and features of JavaScript. So now the first thing we're going to learn in JavaScript is variables and data types. So JavaScript uses variables and data types to store data. So now we're going to open Visual Studio Code and we're going to try JavaScript. So it has several data types, including numbers, strings, and booleans, arrays, objects, and more. So now let's just open a console in JavaScript. Let's just open one website. Let's just open this. We're just going to use console for now. So console is opening. Okay, now so I just inspect, then console. So now let me view it. So now let me see JavaScript. So now JavaScript uses variables to store data. Like now we use the let function to store a variable. So we're storing age. We're storing the name age. So we want to say let age equals to 25. So we're storing this age. This age is called a number. So let's put it. Let's just comment it. This is called a comment. Like we want to describe what the value means. So let's just say let age equals to 25. Let's not use the console. You can just use Visual Studio Code. let's just say variables.js. Variables.js. So we just say let's age, we're storing the name called age equals to 25. So now let's comment number. So this is a number, we're storing the age of the person is 25. So we're also storing the name of the person. The name of the person should be, let's say John. Then when we store John, we have to put a semicolon at the end. So after the name of the person, we just say let is student. So we're checking if he's a student. So John is a student, we just write true. He's a student, so we need to write true. So now we're going to comment this. Just write string. So this here is a number, this here is a string. So this one here is a boolean. There are different types of booleans. There's true and there's false. That's the two types of booleans. So you can also say let colors. So John colors that he loves is he loves red. Let's just put red. And then he also loves green. He loves red, he loves green. He also loves blue. So now this is called an array. So when you put a square bracket and this, so you can also put double quote or single quote, it's called an array. So you now say let person equals to, now open curly braces, now you can say first name you can just put Alice, and then you can just put last name equals, last name is Smith. So we just put semicolon. This is called an object. So now this is JavaScript. So now we just save it. Just open it. So all these are the variables and type of JavaScript. The variables and type of JavaScript, we have the numbers, we have the string, we have the boolean, we have the array, and we have the objects. So this number right here is called the number of the age of the person. This is called the number. The number doesn't support strings like this. So this John here is that they put a double quote is a string. Why this true is called a boolean? There's true and there's false. So why this let color, this colors that's covered with square brackets is called an array. So why this with curly braces is called an object. So I hope you understand all of this. So we are going to functions. So now, what is a function in JavaScript? Functions are reusable block of code. They can take parameters, perform tasks, and return values. For example, let me just delete this. and then let's try function, then add, then x, comma, and then y. So we now open the curly braces, now so return x plus y, and then you can just come here and select results equals to add 3 and then 5 and then put a semicolon. So now let me tell you what the result is. Result is now 8. So now let me explain it for you. So what it means is that x and y is an unknown number. So we're returning x plus y. So now we want to define what x means and what y means. So x is 3, y is 5. So now the result to print it out for us is 8. So that is what we call functions in JavaScript. So we go to conditionals. JavaScript supports conditional statements like if, else if, and else for making decisions in your code. So now let's delete this and then let's write. So we just say let score equals to 85 and then semicolon, and then we say if score then is greater than or equals to 90, then console.log a, then o else if score is greater than or equals to 80, then console.log then b. So we have to put a semicolon. So we now say else console.log c. So now what this is going to do, so we're setting the score equals to 85. So if the score is greater than or equals to 90, then it should say A. Console.log means to print out A. So else if score is greater or equals to 80, then console.log B. Else console.log C. So we can also create loops. Loop in JavaScript, like you can use for, you can use while, you can use do while to execute code repeatedly. For example, we just say for and then let I equals to 0, and then we can just say let I equals to 0, I lesser than 5, and then we can say I plus plus. Then you can just, oh, we don't put, we're supposed not to put that, and then we can just say this console.log just say I. So now what this is going to do, we've set a loop called for let I. We're setting the I equals to 0. So if I is lesser than 5, we should increase I 0 by 1. So we should not console.log the increment. So hope you understand that in JavaScript. So we go to arrays and objects. So now let's talk about arrays and objects. JavaScript provides versatile data structures like arrays and objects for storing and organizing data. So now we can use let fruits. So we're letting a variable called fruit. We're putting the fruit name. So let's think of a fruit. You can just say apple. Then you can next fruit. You can just say banana. And the next fruit can just say cherry. So after that, you can just put a semicolon and then say let person. So we're storing a variable called person. So we put the curly braces and then we say first name, and then we say the first name is John, and then the last name is Doe. So we just put this. So now what arrays and objects does, just to put what I taught you that time. So it's just to put for fruit or for setting a variables, like for settings objects, you will need to put a square bracket, but for setting arrays you need to put a curly braces. So that is the difference between objects and arrays. So this is DOM right here. That's we're using document object model. So that's the meaning of DOM manipulation. JavaScript can interact with document object model, that is DOM, to dynamically change the content, structure, and style of web pages. Like now, you can just do change. You can just comment this. I'm just gonna write change text content of an HTML element, and then you can just say, then in the next line you can say document dot get element by ID, to get an element by the ID. So you can just say my element. Get element by ID is a string that specifies the ID values. It returns a reference to the first object with the specified value of the ID attribute. So now we can just say text content, then you say equals to new text. Then after that you can just put semicolon. So now you can just say add a new element to the DOM. So this is going to add a new element to the DOM. Let new div, can just say let new div equals to document dot create element. Then you now open this, let's see, div. Can just say new div dot text content equals to hello, and then say world. Hello world, and you can just put this document dot body, then dot append child, then I say new div. So now what this is going to do is this is going to change the text content of an HTML element. So we're getting an element by its ID. So this is the element we're getting, my element. So we're setting the content, that is the string is called null, and then we want to give it a new text. So we want to add a new element to the DOM. So we say let new div, we want to add a new div. So we say let new div equals to document dot create element, then you say div, and then new div dot text content, then you write hello world. The new content in the div is called hello world. So we do document dot body dot append child, the name of is called new div. So hope you understand that. So the next one we go to is events. So we're going to learn events. So now JavaScript can respond to user interactions and events like clicks, key presses, and mouse movement. So we can just say add a click event listener, add a click event listener to a button. So we can just put document dot get element by ID. So document dot get element by ID just gets its element, and then just say you can just say my button. So you just say my button, then you say dot add event listener, then you say click, and then what should be the function when it's clicked? Function, can just say no function, then you just what should be the function? So we're gonna write the function. So if you click the button, you should alert, then you say button clicked. So if you click the button, it just alerts you button clicked. So we're gonna stop here. So that's what event does. That is how event works in JavaScript. Like now, you create a button in an HTML. So you want it, if they click that button, it should alert them that they click the button. So you just say document.getElement by ID. You're getting it from the HTML, so you just say my button. So you name the div you're getting from the HTML name. The class is the ID of the div element is my button. So you add event listener. If clicked, then function. The function should be alert and then button clicked. If click the button, then to alert you, then say button clicked. So we learn in this slide, we're going to learn error handling. Error handling. So now, error handling. JavaScript has try catch blocks for handling errors and exceptions gracefully. So now let's try an error handle. Just say try. Just say try, and then you can just put code. This is the code that might throw an error. So this is the code that might throw an error. We can just say catch error, catch, and then say error, then we say, then inside here we just say handle. This is the code that will handle the error. So it's under it, you can just say console.log. So we're console.log error.message. So we're printing out the message of the error. So now that is how error handling works in JavaScript. So we're trying it, try. So this, we want to catch an error. So say catch error. So if we want to handle the error, just say console.log error.message. Just say error.message. So we go to scope in JavaScript. So now let's look at what scope is. JavaScript has function level scope and block level scope with let and const. Understanding scope is crucial for variable accessibility. Like now we can just say function, just say my function. So just say my function, then just put curly braces, just say if true, then you can just say var local var, then you can just equals to this is accessible everywhere in the function. So after that, you can just put stop and just say semicolon. Just say let's block var. Let's block var equals to, just say this is only accessible. This is only accessible within this block. So this is only accessible within this block. So we now console.log and then console.log local var. So when we console.log local var, this is called it works. Then we console.log the block var. This is called the error block var is not defined. So this is what we call scope in JavaScript. So now let me explain what this scope means. Just a function or saving a function called my function. So if it's true, then we say var local var, we say this is accessible everywhere in the function. Let block var, this is only accessible within this block. So we console.log local var, and then this is called the works, and then console.log block var. We go to another one called closures. So now what is closures? Closures allow inner functions to access variables from their outer functions, even after the outer function has finished executing. For example, we just say function, then we say outer, then we open, then we just say, we open the calculator, then say let outer var, let outer var equals to, and we just say from outer function, then we just, and then we just put function inner. The inner function is just saying console.log outer var. So then after that we just say return inner. Then after returning the inner, we just say let closure function equals to outer. Then we just say closure function let's say print So this ends it. So this is the closure for it. So now these fundamental concepts provide a solid foundation for working with JavaScript. As you advance in your JavaScript journey, you explore more advanced topics like object-oriented programming, asynchronous operation, and working with libraries and frameworks. So now, function outer. We are letting the outer var should be from other outer function. So now, we are letting the inner one to print the outer function. So this inner own will print the outer own. So now we are returning the inner own, and then we say let closure function. We are letting this closure function should be outer. So this closure function is this outer. So we now say closure function, and then say that's how it works. So please subscribe, like, share. Thank you for watching this video. God bless you.